it does seem like the more dancers that come from the background that you have, they seem to have an advantage over others that are only working for those types of opportunities.
Look, man, for me, uh, I just feel that dancers just need to be very clear on what it is that they're looking for when they do step into like this realm, right? For me, like I wanted to be able to, okay, I stepped in, I said, okay, I want to be able to do movies. I want to be able to work with specific choreographers and be able to work with specific artists. Like I knew that ahead of time, right? And so for me to be able to achieve those things was fairly easy because I already knew the path that I was already, that I was already like headed towards, right? Now, you know, when you don't really walk in with that type of idea and those type of that type of path already laid out for you, mentally, then you're gonna be just swimming in the pool, not really understanding or knowing like where the fuck am I headed? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's really important, man. And I find in a lot of ways, like the mentality is, well, I just want to work, and I'm like, well, that's possible, but then you could also be working in rooms and spaces that you don't really want to be in, you know. And I was just pretty clear on what it is that I wanted to do, and everything happened.
And when it comes to the work ethic and the hours of effort, and like you say, you're making yourself available for certain opportunities, what would you say is the standard that that any that any dancer should aspire towards if they want to see any sort of success within your
Uh,
realm?
so, and hold on. So, in my realm, you mean in the commercial world?
Yes.
Okay. So, for me, I already knew what the standard was based off of the people that I admired the most, right? So looking at them, I realized, okay, if I want to be good and I want to be able to do the things that these people are doing, or let's just say to the level that these to the level of work that these people are like getting and whatnot, right? I needed to have specific things, you know, and I needed to throw my ego out the window because I knew that I was really good at one particular thing, and I was already coming in with bringing something to the table, right? However, there was a whole nother side of of this coin that I literally was not good at all, you know, and I had to be willing to say, okay, I know I'm really good at this already. Now let me work on the shit that I'm horrible at, and get to a standard that is, respectable, so that when people look at me, they say, okay, he doesn't just have, this piece of the pie, he has a whole package. You know what I'm saying? And I want it to be a whole package rather than, just very what they would call a specialty, right? I never wanted to walk into a room and say, "Oh, yeah, we're looking for b-boys, and those are the only spaces that I was able to fit in." Right? I wanted to know that, okay, well, we could hire him, and whether he has to break or not. And I think that's one of the you know when I started realizing, like, yo, I'm starting to get booked, and I don't even have to break at all. This is different, that, like, I pat myself in the back in that moment too, because I was like, yo, this is, for somebody that came into this world and that's all I knew how to do, what I'm saying, and just freestyle and just break, for me to get to a space where they don't even need that part of my expertise anymore. Yo, I know I've been working hard, and I made it somewhat to a certain level. You know what I'm saying?
And then how would you encourage people to keep such an open mind like that? Because it does seem like a lot of unlearning that you're sharing there.
Again, man, it's the ego, bro. Throw that shit out the window. Throw, you know what I'm saying? And like, I have to be as blunt as possible with it, because that's really it. Be okay with being whack, be okay, because when we started what we were good at, we were horrible. you know, and the thought of, well, I'm already good, like that didn't even exist yet. You know what I'm saying? So you're stepping into a whole nother world where, quite frankly, there's people that do, and there's a lot of people that literally do not care how many battles you've won. They do not care what cities you travel to, who you battled in the cipher. Like, they do not care about that. What can you do for us in this space? You know, and in some ways, what you bring to the table coming from that world is amazing. And then in some cases, again, people don't care. You know, and you just got to be just open-minded and humble, and just know that there's going to be a lot of uncomfortable moments, you know, and that's totally okay. There's going to be a lot of no's. There's going to be a lot of people who don't really think you're that talented. Yo, one of the biggest things that I had to realize is, yo, what I bring to the table is not for everybody. And yo, that's totally okay. That's totally okay.